Bitcoin is dumping to the downside again, and we are about to make another Bitcoin death cross. And historically speaking, during this bull market, this has always meant a Bitcoin bottom. But will history repeat again, or will this time be different? We will need to talk about that exactly in today's update video. What do I expect is gonna happen next after this test of the 50 weekly moving average? Are we going to see a bounce, or are we headed for a bear market? We'll talk about that and much more in today's update video. I've just opened a new Bitcoin position, so a lot of things to talk about for today. So as always, let's get started with a shorter time frame. And in a shorter time frame, yes, Bitcoin has been falling back to the downside again, like I've also shared in my recent few videos. Yes, we can be seeing another push to the downside again, grabbing the lows again, seeing a test of this level of support again. But then still, even after this dump that we might potentially get in the shorter time frame, we can still see a break to the upside, and only at the point of the break from this level of resistance, I do think that we are going to be seeing another push to the upside back to the 116k level before we need to reevaluate whether we're going to be seeing another push to the downside, or we can be potentially having a look into new highs. Now, at this moment, we are testing the level of support we will need to hold above. And yeah, we are not only holding this level of support, this downtrending level of support, we are also having arguably a horizontal level of support from the range over here, where we're quite falling down below in the shorter time frame. But we can also have a look into this horizontal level of support, where arguably we're still kind of holding above. We will need to have a look into the daily close at this level of support from previous resistance, previous drop-off point, previous resistance, previous support. Well, we're currently testing it again. So let's see if we can hold above this level. And also, let's see if we can still hold above the 50 weekly moving average. Because currently, we are falling down below. The 50 weekly moving average is sitting at 103k level. And we will need to hold above this level for our weekly close, which is going to be incoming in 2 days time. So this is going to be crucial for the Bitcoin price. Can we still hold above this 50 weekly moving average, or are we going to be seeing a weekly candle confirmation down below? That will be very important to be having a look into, because if we're going to be seeing a weekly confirmation down below, well, that is going to be confirming the bear market like it has always been doing. But like we can also always be seeing every single bull and bear market, well, we always tend to bounce around at around the 50 weekly moving average. We see wicks below, we see wicks above, and it is not an exact perfect moving average, but generally, whenever we close down below or whenever we close above, well, that tends to be the moment, the pivotal moment where we flip into a bear or bull market. In this case, where we flip into a bear market if we close below. But we can still perfectly just wick and move around this level and still see a bounce to the upside and still close perfectly fine above the 50 weekly moving average. So that will be very important to be having a look into. Are we actually going to be closing down below, or can we still see this bounce to the upside from our levels of support and still be perfectly fine, still see a pretty nice push to the upside, still potentially have a falling wedge breakout to the upside? So let's see about that. The next few days will be absolutely crucial to watch for that. Now, another thing we can be having a look into is this death cross, which is going to be up and coming. It might have already actually been crossing. No, I think it's going to be crossing within maybe tomorrow or the next day. But this death cross is definitely going to be inevitable. But one thing that we can note is that during this bull market, every single time, whenever we did have a dead cross with a 50 daily moving average crossing down below the 200 daily moving average, well, every single time that this has been happening, it has always been marking the Bitcoin bottom, and we have always been heading even higher. So right now we are about to be getting the death cross again. So is this again going to be marking the bottom for the Bitcoin price action, or is this time going to be different? Because usually at the end of every single bull market, we typically tend to see one valid death cross, right? Typically at the end of the bull market, at the end of the 4-year cycle theory, we see one last death cross, and that is marking the bear market, like it did in 2021, beginning of 2022 over here, and like it also did in 2017. Where we also got our death cross right over here. And after that, my face came missing away. Where we also got the death cross right over here. And then we still saw another push to the upside. Then we, really initiated that bear market. Now, also in 2022, we also got the death cross. We still got one last push to the upside. And then we really initiated the bear market. So if we're going to be seeing a similar death cross like over here, and if we're going to be initiating a bear market, well, in that case, we might be bouncing around in a shorter time frame. We might see a little bit more of a push to the downside in a shorter time frame. But we can still see a push to the upside, even though we have entered a bear market, to see that last push to the upside and then head for the bear market, right? I do still think and still believe that we can be seeing a complacency bounce back to the 50 daily moving average and then head for that bear market. Okay, even in the worst case scenario, we will still be seeing a pretty nice complacency bounce. So keep that one in mind. And also at the same time, every single time during this bull market that we have had a death cross, it has always been marking a Bitcoin bottom. So yeah, it is going to be somewhat of an interesting time right now. Are we indeed going to be seeing that bottom getting marked, or are we going to be headed for that bear market and this is just going to be the final death cross for this bear market? Well, let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. It is definitely going to be a very interesting time. Anyways, I myself have added another Bitcoin position, which I shared in my Platinum group, which you can join with the first link down below. It is free to join. I've just opened up another position because yes, I do still believe that we can be seeing this complacency bounce and we can still maybe potentially bounce around the 50 weekly moving average. We're still kind of with the weekly candles holding above. So I do still think that the trend is up and the trend is still bullish. And we might be expecting a bit of a bounce in a shorter time frame back to the 50 weekly moving average. Let's see about that in the coming few days. But yes, if you're going to be getting interested in trading yourself as well, make sure to check out the links down below. Because with the second link down below, you can claim a free $30 bonus by only just signing up an account over on 2bit with my link down below, and there will be straight away a $30 bonus deposited into your account. So just sign up with this link right over here, and there you go. I mean, $30 will be deposited into your account where you can be placing free trades with. And also, if you're going to be depositing a little bit on 2bit, you can also be claiming some huge deposit bonuses. If you deposit 1K, you're going to be getting a 20% rebate, so $200 for free. And if you're going to be trading a little bit, you can also be claiming some huge rewards. Now, next up, over on 2bit, well, I've also deposited a little bit of money, but I will be having a look into short possibilities and short opportunities over on the exchange 2bit for this coming bear market. So yes, if we're going to be seeing this retrace back to the upside, I will be having a look into potential shorts. So if you want to stay up to date about that, well, make sure to join the exchange 2bit with that second link down below, and also join my Platinum group with the first link down below. Anyways, for right now, I'm still long and I'm still anticipating, at the very least, a complacency bounce to the upside. Now, yes, in the longer time frame, it has been an absolutely beautiful bull market for me. And yeah, we have been flipping and we have been anticipating this, the last and final phase to the upside, right? This last and final phase where I've been saying many and many times to take your profits during this last and final phase of the market. Congratulations if you've been listening to me. Congratulations if you've been doing so. I mean, yes, in a shorter time frame, I am still expecting a complacency bounce, but for that longer time frame, I have been saying for a very long amount of time to take your profits in this last phase of the market, where we're quite literally flirting with danger, where we are hitting the second Fibonacci level of resistance, where we are reaching the end phase of the 4-year cycle theory, where we are breaking the parabolic trend to the upside. Again, on-chain indicators have also been signaling a peak, have been signaling a top, have not been looking so great anymore. So I've been warning you about all of this. The DXY is pushing back to the upside again, and we have been hitting this upward sloping level of resistance where we've always been topping out every single cycle. So congratulations if you've been listening. I mean, I've been saying it many times. I'll just be keeping it honest with you guys. I'll be just telling you what I think about the market, not what you want to hear, but what I actually think about the market. So yeah, congratulations if you've been listening. Anyways, guys, with that being said, shorter time frame, still bullish, looking for maybe a complacency bounce back to the 50 weekly moving average, but let's see about that. It's going to be an absolute crucial time to be watching for this weekly candle close that we're going to be getting in 2 days time. It is going to be a crucial time because we are about to get this dead cross. So anyways, guys, with that being said, make sure to join the Platinum group with the first link down below. And guys, anyways, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.